When you hit 60 and beyond, who can you truly count on? When you're younger, the answer might seem clear. Your family, your best friends, the people who've been in your life for years. But after 60, the picture starts to shift. People get busy, priorities change, and life takes unexpected turns. You begin to realize that the support system you always trusted might not be as solid as you once believed. In this video, we're uncovering 6 powerful pillars that, as you age, often become more dependable than family. This isn't about pushing loved ones away. It's about recognizing where true strength and stability come from, and making sure you're not left unprepared. When you need help the most? When you build your life around these 6 pillars, you gain something priceless: independence and security that will carry you through life's challenges. So stick with us to the very end. These pillars could completely transform the way you think about support. And once you truly understand them, you'll never feel powerless, alone, or caught off guard again. Let's dive in. Pillar 1, your physical health. There's one thing in life no amount of love, money, or outside support can replace, and that's your health. After 60, your body becomes either your strongest ally or your toughest challenge. You can have all the money in the world, but if your health breaks down, your independence goes with it. Yes, your family may love you deeply, but they can't go for a walk in your place. They can't eat nutritious meals for you, and they can't slow down the aging process on your behalf. That's all on you. Too many people assume that when their health starts to decline, someone else will step in. But the reality is harsh. Even with the best intentions, your loved ones have limits. They've got careers, families, stress of their own. And relying on others to carry your physical well-being? That often leads to frustration, helplessness, and a loss of control. That's why protecting your health now is one of the smartest, most empowering decisions you can make for your future. Take Carl. He's 68, and in his younger years he was always active. But after retiring, he got comfortable. Too comfortable. He figured he'd get back in shape later. But later crept up fast. His energy dipped. His mobility worsened. Even basic tasks felt harder. His children checked in when they could, but they weren't there every day. And that's when Carl realized, if he wanted to stay independent, the only person who could make that happen was him. The good news? You don't need to train like an Olympian. Just take small, consistent steps. Move your body daily. Choose foods that nourish instead of harm. Stay on top of your health checkups. And if you've been brushing off those early warning signs, the joint stiffness, low energy, trouble walking, don't ignore them anymore. Every smart choice you make today is a gift to your future self. Because at the end of the day, your greatest support won't be your kids, your siblings, or even your close friends. It's your own strength, your own stamina, your own self-reliance. The more you invest in your health now, the less you'll need to depend on anyone else later. If you're still with us, and this message is resonating, comment number 1 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We've got more insights coming your way. Pillar 2, your financial stability. The most reliable support you'll ever have isn't a person. It's your financial independence. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy peace of mind, freedom, and safety. The older you get, the clearer it becomes. Counting on family for financial help isn't a strategy. It's a gamble. Your children have their own pressures, their own families, their own responsibilities. Even if they care deeply, they may simply not be in a position to help, especially when you need it most. Take Richard, for example. At 72, he always believed that if he ever hit tough times, his kids would step in. He'd supported them through college, lent them money when they needed it, always answered their calls. But when a sudden medical issue wiped out his savings and he turned to them for help, he quickly realized they were overwhelmed too. Mortgage payments, bills, daycare. They were juggling their own lives, not because they didn't care, but because life is unpredictable. That's why building financial stability is one of the most critical forms of support you can give yourself. It's not about being rich. It's about being ready. Ready for emergencies. Ready with a steady income you can count on. Ready with a clear plan for how to manage your money, so you're never left depending on others just to stay afloat. If you're in your 60s or beyond, now is the time to ask, have I saved enough to cover unexpected costs? Is my retirement income secure? Have I reduced financial risks that could leave me exposed? If not, start now. Learn how to budget with purpose. Cut out unnecessary debt. Invest in what brings long-term stability. Because at the end of the day, when everything else shifts, your financial foundation is what will always be there for you. Now, let's keep going. Pillar 3, your social circle. One of the biggest mistakes people make as they grow older is slowly pulling away from others. It doesn't always happen on purpose. Friends move, loved ones pass away, and before you know it, your once vibrant circle has quietly shrunk. The danger: without strong friendships, loneliness creeps in. And after 60, that's not just emotional, it's physical. Loneliness affects more than how you feel. It impacts your health, your brain function, even your lifespan. You might believe your family will always be there to keep you company, but here's the truth. They have their own lives, careers, families, responsibilities that fill their days. They may love you deeply, but they simply can't be your only source of connection. That's why one of the most crucial pillars of support as you age is your social network. The people who check in, who share a laugh, who bring warmth and life into your day. These relationships aren't just nice to have, they're essential. Take Margaret, a 73-year-old woman who once leaned entirely on her family for companionship. She had 2 sons who adored her, but as time passed, they became busy. With work, with kids, with their own daily grind. They still called, but those weekend visits and frequent chats began to fade. Margaret found herself feeling isolated, waiting for calls that didn't always come. So she made a change. She reached out to old friends, joined a community group, picked up hobbies that connected her with new people. And something shifted. Her days filled with conversation, laughter, and a renewed sense of purpose. She didn't need to wait on others to feel connected. She created that connection herself. Friendships, local groups, even friendly faces at the gym or corner store, they give you something no one should live without: a sense of belonging. Whether it's a neighbor you greet in the morning, a book club that meets once a week, or a shared hobby that gets you out of the house, having relationships beyond your family builds emotional resilience. And the more bonds you form now, the stronger your support system will be in the years ahead. So ask yourself honestly, who brings you joy right now? If the answer isn't obvious, it's time to grow your circle. Because a strong social life isn't just about companionship. It's about surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, remind you of your value, and make this chapter of life fuller and richer. Pillar 4. Your sense of purpose. One of the most overlooked sources of lifelong support isn't another person. It's your own sense of purpose. After 60, many people feel a shift. The roles that once defined them, parent, worker, caregiver, start to fade. Retirement kicks in. Children become independent. And suddenly, the days feel slower, quieter, and sometimes emptier. Without direction, it's easy to feel invisible, unneeded, or worse, lost. No matter how much your family loves you, they can't give you purpose. That has to come from within. Having something that gets you out of bed in the morning, a passion, a project, a goal, keeps your mind active, your mood balanced, and your life meaningful. It pulls you forward instead of leaving you on the sidelines. Think of George, a 70-year-old retired engineer. At first, retirement felt like freedom. He finally had time to relax. But after a few months, that freedom started to feel empty. His days blurred together. His kids stopped by now and then, but he still felt aimless. That's when he made a choice. He started volunteering at a local school, teaching kids how to build and create. Suddenly, he had a reason to get up in the morning, something that made him feel valued, useful, alive. Purpose doesn't need to come from a career. It can come from anywhere. Learning something new, helping others, growing a garden, writing, painting, traveling, even setting personal goals. It's about doing the things that spark joy and keep you mentally and emotionally engaged. If you've been feeling like your best years are behind you, it's time to challenge that thought. Your purpose doesn't vanish with age, it transforms. And the more you commit to living with intention, the less you'll depend on others for your sense of happiness. Because when it comes down to it, the strongest support doesn't always come from someone holding your hand. It comes from that fire inside you, the one that keeps pushing you forward. If you're still here, and this message is resonating with you, comment number 4 below so I know you're watching. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us keep making meaningful content that informs, encourages, and inspires. Now let's keep going. Pillar 4. Your emotional resilience. Life doesn't stop testing you, it just changes the questions. After 60, the challenges don't disappear. They evolve. Friendships drift, loved ones pass, health issues emerge. And sometimes, life feels a little lonelier than it once did. Here's the truth. No matter how much outside support you have, the deepest strength you'll ever find comes from within. It's your ability to adapt, to process your emotions, and to find peace, even when things get hard. Too many people depend solely on their family for emotional support, expecting children, siblings, or extended relatives to be their safe place. But everyone's carrying something, and even those who care deeply may not always have the bandwidth to be your emotional anchor. That's why building emotional resilience is so vital. It empowers you to face tough moments without crumbling and without needing someone else to hold you together. Think of Helen, a 75-year-old woman who lost her husband after 4 decades of marriage. In the beginning, she leaned heavily on her kids to get through the grief. But over time, she realized something important. They had lives of their own. They loved her deeply, but they couldn't fill the emptiness she felt. So she made a shift. She joined a local grief group, started journaling her thoughts, practiced daily gratitude, and slowly, she found something powerful. She didn't need someone else to fix her grief. She had the strength to heal herself. Emotional resilience isn't about pretending to be okay. It's about giving yourself permission to feel, and then learning how to navigate those feelings in a healthy, grounded way. That might mean writing, meditating, talking to a counselor, or simply being still with your own thoughts. Whatever the method, the goal is simple. Find peace inside yourself, so you're not always depending on others to provide it. Because life will throw curveballs, but your ability to stay steady in the storm, that's a support system no one can take away from you. The more you nurture that inner strength, the less dependent you'll be on outside validation or constant reassurance. Because in the end, the one person who's guaranteed to be there for every hardship, every joy, and every transition is you. Pillar 6. Your ability to adapt. If there's one thing you can count on after 60, it's this. Life doesn't stay still. People move, situations change, and things you once trusted to stay the same don't. The secret to thriving in this stage of life isn't clinging to what used to be. It's being able to adapt to what is. The people who struggle most with aging are usually those who resist change. They try to hold on tightly to the past instead of embracing the present. But those who remain open, who adjust their sails when the wind shifts, they find joy and meaning, no matter what life throws at them. Too often, people believe that once they hit a certain age, they're set in their ways. But that mindset, it can quietly shut doors. It can stop you from meeting new people, trying new things, or growing in ways that could bring new life into your days. Being adaptable isn't just about accepting change. It's about actively leaning into it. Take Frank, a 78-year-old man who had always depended on in-person friendships for connection. But as his close friends moved away or passed on, he felt lost. He thought, maybe this is just what getting older looks like. But instead of sinking into isolation, Frank decided to change course. He learned how to use video calls to stay in touch with family members far away. He joined an online history discussion group and even formed a few new friendships along the way. Instead of letting change defeat him, he chose to grow through it. The people who truly thrive after 60 aren't always the ones with the most money or the biggest support systems. They're the ones who stay open, curious, and willing to evolve. If a door closes, they find another. If a relationship shifts, they explore new ways to connect. If something stops working, they're not afraid to try something new. Your adaptability is one of the greatest forms of support you'll ever have. It lets you move through life with grace, with courage, and with confidence. And the more you welcome change, instead of fearing it, the less you'll feel like you're losing something, and the more you'll realize every season of life brings something new to gain. If you're still here and resonating with this message, type 6 in the comments so I know you're with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful, helpful content just for you. Final thoughts. Reaching your 60s and beyond brings wisdom and a new set of challenges. And while family will always have a special place in your heart, the most dependable support in this chapter of life doesn't come from others. It comes from the foundation you've built for yourself. Your financial stability gives you peace of mind and freedom from dependence. Your physical health helps you stay strong and self-sufficient. Your social connections keep your spirit engaged and your heart full. Your sense of purpose gives meaning to your days and direction to your life. Your emotional resilience grounds you through grief, loss, and unexpected change. And your ability to adapt ensures you continue to grow, no matter what life brings. When these 6 pillars are in place, you won't feel helpless. You won't have to beg for support. You won't be left waiting for someone else to carry you. Because true stability doesn't come from hoping others will step in. It comes from knowing you're already prepared to stand on your own. Thank you for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment and share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it moving forward. Your feedback means a lot. It encourages us and keeps this community thriving. If this video spoke to you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs, uplifts, and inspires. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.